Welcome back, chummers. I am Mellowseven, and this is Shadowrun Returns. We are attempting to solve with our intrepid Decker here, conveniently named Mellowseven, a string of murders by a serial killer, nicknamed appropriately enough the Ripper, right? Because that's what we do for all of our serial killers. Our buddy Sam Watts was killed by this serial killer, which set off a dead man switch in his head, which hires us to solve his murder. Of course, it's a serial killer, so it brings us into a bigger ball of wax. There appears to be something to do with the fact that most of the victims that our favorite coroner has had his hands on all had organ transplants at some point in the recent past, and those were the organs that were taken, as far as we can tell. Some of the bodies it's not as obvious, and some of the bodies our coroner hasn't seen. We are here at the NTSB warehouse, where the latest murder victim was killed, with the sister, who happens to be a shaman. Sister of the murder victim, not us. She was able to talk to the spirits of the dead that were tied to these airplane accidents, and get us a basic overview of what happened. So we've just finished this up. We also foiled another set of runners who were in here to steal some information, either for a company whose planes were crashing, or for the company whose rivals' planes are crashing. I don't remember which way it went, but something along those lines. So we've finished here. We are headed back to the Seamstresses Union, so let's go ahead and hit confirm and see what this next chapter brings in our journey here. After hours, when you return to the Seamstresses Union in the early hours of the morning, it seems a completely different place. Bereft of the normal crowd that haunts it, the bar feels desolate, almost abandoned. It's eerie, like the back hallways of hotels and shopping malls. But you finally have a break in your case, a sample of the Ripper's blood. You just need to find someone to help you analyze it. You know what I'm going to do right now? Completely separate from what we're working on. This may crash everything. Before we do that, I'm going to save the game. I guess we haven't got that far, but... This is more to do with YouTube in general and less to do with the game. Properties. I've been fighting with my camera changing the focus and not staying focused on me. Zoom focus. I'm going to turn off autofocus. There we go. We're just going to leave it right there. Means I can't move around as much, but it means I can do stuff with my hands. I can move the mic in the shot. I can do all that sort of stuff, and hopefully, I'll still be able to stay in focus. There we go. All right. Sorry for that little delay. Do we not have? No. I'm going to turn up desktop audio here a little bit too, because this game is a little bit quieter than others. And the game still works. There we go. All right, we're set. Woohoo! All right, we're here by ourselves. Don't know who that guy is. Miss Kabuto's in back. Okay, I guess that means are we supposed to be going back? Find someone who analyzed DNA. Okay, yep. Well, Miss Kabuto seems the person to ask. What's in these sausages? That's a question you never want answered. Ohio, would you like some? She stops. Forgive me, Ome, but you look like hell. Thanks. Just the welcome I was looking for. She looks you over, noting the signs of your nocturnal activities. She nods. Any run you walk away from is a good run. I agree. Good to be back in one piece. It's good to have you back. I can tell you've been busy, and I can tell by the look on your face that there's something you need. Is this about the Ripper? Yep, I found some DNA evidence and need some help analyzing it. That is excellent. I will unlock the piano so you may go downstairs. I'm certain someone in the safe house will be able to help you if they are awake. It is likely that you will visit the Matrix before the day is done. Ooh. Do we want to try a sausage? Take the whole plate. What does Mr. Cluey have to say? We haven't talked to him in a little while. Evening, sir. What's the word around town, Mr. Cluey? There's been more talk of the Ripper killing. Some people are saying they hate crimes on account of victims all being human. Oh, that they're hate crimes on the account of all the victims being human. More to it than just that. My thoughts exactly. People are just too quick to label something a hate crime. Check the census. The city is still 68% humans. Close your eyes and throw a rock. You're more than likely to hit a human. Doesn't make it a hate crime. Still a crime, though, and that should be enough. This is the first real rise you've seen out of Mr. Cluey, but he reins himself in with the roll of his thick shoulders and the smoothing of his jacket. Don't worry, not going to start throwing rocks. Wouldn't want to reinforce the stereotype. I'll leave you to your business, sir. There we go. All right. Let's head downstairs. Maybe. If the click will work. All right. You're about to transition. Yeah. You've been doing a lot of legwork on this job, and it's going to require a trip to cyberspace and back to ID the Ripper. The Matrix, the cybernetic analog of the inside of the grid, the worldwide computer network. A digital world, information brought to life. Inside cyberspace, your avatar does all the work while your meat body's left behind. All around your avatar are pathways to other nodes filled with data, IC, counter-intrusion programs, and other jacked-in runners. Cyberspace has as many dangers as the meat world and more. Locked doors, security countermeasures, and black ice that can fry a Decker's brain. Every movement you make in the Matrix can be tracked. If you aren't careful, get dumb shocked out and your brain may get fuzzy for a bit. Get hit by an enemy Decker and you can die. See what Mr. Fry has to say. Morning, you look like you've been up all night. You look like you've seen some action, too. Suppose I could use a shower. Here to buy equipment? Negative. Need a DNA analysis. Fry can help you out. Doc Castle's equipment really isn't set up for that. However, I could employ a semiconductor chip. It would decode DNA using a voltage change instead of light. That would eliminate the use of a highly expensive equipment and that would be required otherwise. I just read a journal about it, so the information's still fresh. Frankly, it should be easy. What do you want to know about it? The owner's identity. Ah, that's beyond me. All I can get you is the gene code sequence. But that's where I come in. David, if you can get me that code sequence, I'm pretty sure we can track its owner down via a matrix run. Will do. Let me have the DNA, and you want to test. Give Fry the sample. Mellowseven, when David gives me the sequence, I'll jack in and help you trace the blood sample back to its source. Thanks, guys. If this works, we may find the Emerald City Ripper. No dreck. Wake up, Johnny boy. You got work to do. And Mellowseven, if you need any gear, I'll be right here. I just got a second wind. Meet you in my rig, Mellowseven. All right, karma gained 2. Let's talk to Mr. Fry, see what he says. Need some hardware or software? I don't think so, not right now. We got stuff. I'm not sure it'll work, right? We'll see if we can pull some of it out of the stash. I'm not sure. I don't remember how this works in here, so we saw before. Equipment in stash. See, none of our programs show up as available to move over. We know we can handle 4 programs and 2 ESPs. No, that's not what we want. Let's put that back. Or we have 2 ESPs. So we can handle 4 programs. So we should be able to take some of these. And I'm not sure where we set that. So let's just kind of confirm what we got at the moment. We'll see what happens. This is your first run. I don't think we probably need anything. Let's see what Von Gross has to say. Maybe. There we go. Hoping to get some peace and quiet tonight. You got something for me? I've got a flight recorder. Wouldn't happen to be an Ares flight recorder, would it? Some very powerful buyers looking for that right now. I can get rid of that for you. Say 20%. That leaves $2,000 for you. Sure. 2,000 is 2,000. Every new yen counts. All right, let's see what Johnny has to say. Thanks to the semiconductor-based gene sequencing system that David employed, we should have the information we need to track the Ripper in the Matrix. I'm really impressed with his results. Considering it was his first attempt, he was utilizing an unproven technique he'd read about in a science journal, and he was working from memory on minimal sleep. That's it's fascinating. If there's time later, maybe you can tell me more about it. Yeah, maybe we can sit down with David and he can share his research, but let's stay focused. Here's what I'm thinking. We hit the Lone Star DNA database first to see if our donor has a prior criminal record. They have extensive DNA archives. Then we go hunting based on what we find. Let's hit the decks and jack into the Matrix. I can get into the private grid easily, but I have got to warn you, once we're in, it could get a little rough. How much decking experience have you had? Decking 4. I'm pretty damn good. Great. I'll come with just in case any ice decides to crash our party. I'm not pretty good, but I do have decking 4. All right, so let's here we go. Now we can set what we got. So we've got degrade. So that's essentially a debuff. So hostile targets will take 25 additional damage from incoming attacks for 3 rounds. That's not bad. Firewall, create 4 squares of firewall. They cause minus 25 IP when moving through it. So essentially, the movement points, it slows down whatever's coming through. So that doesn't actually sound terrible. Let's throw that in there. Slow. Sniffer. This is kind of a buff, so this increases our chance to hit enemies. Enemy ice and deckers for 15% for 3 rounds. So that one's a bonus to hit. This one's a bonus to damage, the degrade. Well, here, let's break it down to do I have any ESPs? No ESPs, so that doesn't matter. They're kind of like additional pets, I guess, is the kind of standard that they would fall under. Let's go, cooldown of 3. Let's do a shield. An attack of some sort. Road's integrity points does minus 50 IP with an ongoing 25 for 2 rounds. So do 100 all told over 3. This does 75. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go with killer and degrade. That way in 2 rounds, if we hit him with this, well, let's see, cooldown, AP of 1. We have an AP of 3. So we could hit him with this and hit him with the killer and do 100. I think we'll try this. What the hell? Okay. The excruciating ecstasy of jacking your neural network into the digital world washes over you, grips you, crushes you into a singularity, and expands you infinitely. You are one with the data stream. Welcome to the Matrix. I guess we took the red pill. Where's my Matrix? Cancel. There we go. All right, we are jacked in. So now it's just a matter of walking around here in the Matrix and seeing what happens. End. Must be for our, there's our programs. That might be our attack. See what happens if we do that. Nope, that just took us out. That's not what we want. Oh, it flipped to the other people. Oh, we got to set his programs now too. That's what else we do. Oh, what does he have? Killer, same as us. He happens to have medic. Suppression, that's good. And sniffer. Okay, and then he has an ESP. Execute attacker ESP creates an attacker expert system. Okay, so let's go continue. Let's run him in. All right. Whoops. We're in. Okay, let's. It'd be nice if they gave us something to do, huh? Medic, sniffer. This is our alarm level here, but I think that just takes us out, right? Yeah. Firm. There we go. There we go. Let's get Johnny here. We just weren't clicking all the way through it. Okay, so we've got a couple ways to go. We can see here we need to get to this Lone Star data store. It has these little guys right here. What did it say? White ice. There we go. We are almost up to max. I'm going to go ahead and use his suppression. Not sure if we need that yet or not, but let's try it. Let's see what happens. Nope, didn't let us. Data store is being defended by counter intrusion countermeasures. Okay. To the shield. We'll do a degrade on that guy. There we go. Missed. Move up a little bit here. I don't know that it matters. And we'll do a how about a killer on this guy here? We got 81% on him now. There we go. 75 damage. Now Mr. Johnny, slide him up here. Let's go ahead and bust out a there we go. See, we got one of those too, buddy. And now, I think we'll do just a quick killer. $75, that one's down. Launch a little attack at that guy. Oh, we can do another one. There we go. Oh, now they've got some black ice there. The other one was white ice, right? So let's go ahead. We'll shield Johnny since that seems to be who he's going after. There we go. We'll do a degrade on this guy. Okay. And I should have one IP left that I can do killer with. So we've buffed, we've debuffed, and we've attacked. Now Johnny, he can just go out with the attack here. Killer. There we go. Beautiful. Maybe launch just a base attack there. No IP for that, or no special program for that. Can we use the killer one more time? No, killer's on cooldown. That's fine. Just the base attacks will help. We'll use our little whatever the heck that was. I don't remember their initial. There we go. Our little pet program there. All right, let's see if there's a match for this fingerprint. DNA match located. 100% match. Arrest records database. Subject, Silas Forsberg. Status, deceased. Profession, shop surgical assistant. Priors, breaking and entering, 2 counts. Public indecency, 1 count. Brought in for questioning on accusations of unlicensed plastic surgery. No charges were filed. 100% match to a dead man. Let's keep looking. Let's run him through the door first. We've got a couple paths here. Autopsy records. Let's move up just a little bit more. Come up here. Try degrade again. I don't know that it's really all that necessary for these guys. I don't know that they have enough health that it's really worth doing that. We're probably better off with just an extra attack, but who knows. And there we go. We did an extra, right? 25 with that rather than needing to move over here so we can go after that guy if we need to. All right. Move him up. That's as far as he can go in one turn. But he's got a 99% chance. Bam. There we go. 75 incoming IP damage. We can come up here and hit the autopsy records. Alright, Silas Forsberg. Subject was found overdosed on half a dozen different sedatives. Several anti-anxiety medications were also found in his system. Face was mutilated, possibly self-inflicted. Identity could not be confirmed immediately due to disfigurement. Had to check dental records to confirm. No next of kin. So the body they have had some dental records, and that was it. They don't actually know who it was, and it doesn't look like they did a match on him, oddly enough, for DNA to do the test. They just did dental. Large puncture wounds were found in several places on the body, possibly large bore surgical needles. Body had been decomposing for several weeks before landlord noticed the smell and called the police when no one answered the door. This just keeps getting weirder. I agree, Johnny. I agree. Get everybody back through this door. Maybe line up over here. Get our buddy here. Jump from here to there. And run him through here. See where this takes us. Uh-oh. Alright, he just did a shield. Let's come here. See, we can do degrade. We can do it. You know, we're going to do a shield on Johnny. Oh, no, on me. Because I'm out front. Let's see. Then we're going to do a degrade. Okay. Killer level 1. Bam. That one's gone. Suppression. I don't think we need any of that. I think we just keep firing. Just our base attack here. Another 25. Another 25. Should be able to finish this guy off. There we go. Move him up into partial cover, and he's closest, so maybe they'll go after him. Nope. Ah! Oh, well, it's just a debuff. I'm vulnerable to incoming, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and hit this bum with a killer. 75. White sentry. Come on, one more on the sentry. There we go. Run around here. Hit the news net. All right, Silas Forsberg. The body of Silas Forsberg, a chop shop surgical assistant, was found in an apartment in Snohomish earlier this week. The body had been there for as long as a month when Forsberg's landlord noticed a rancid smell and contacted authorities. Lone Star representatives have issued a statement saying Forsberg's death has been ruled a suicide. According to reports, his body, a mass of puncture wounds, and the cause of death was determined to be an overdose of anti-stress medications and sedatives. Man's employer claimed he was a dedicated employee, though he suffered from bouts of depression. Forsberg's next of kin could not be located, but the attorney appointed to his estate has located a will written weeks prior, leaving all his belongings to his psychiatrist. The identity of the psychiatrist has not been released due to privacy concerns. Yet another sad end to a life, as is far too common here in the sprawl. Now, there might be something we can go on. Let's regroup in meat space for a bit. All right. Jacking out, cancel. We can, oh wait, so we can just bail, right? Or we can run back and exit, gently. That's the difference between an orderly shutdown and just hitting the power switch. We'll do an orderly shutdown. It doesn't probably matter in this case, but you know what? You do it the right way if you can. Train as you fight and all that. All right. So here's what we know. Our DNA evidence belongs to a dead man whose death was never explained. He worked for chop shops, which fits in with the living guy that you've met. The Newsnet says he left his estate to a psychiatrist. Maybe finding out who his psychiatrist was will give us our next clue. My gut says we can deck into the medical board's records and reverse trace to find his doctor. You in? Give me a moment to collect my thoughts. All right, guys. That puts us right at 30 minutes. So for the first time ever in this series, I'm actually ending on time rather than having to chop it in half afterwards to put it up. So we're going to pause it right here. When we come back, we will make the run into the medical records, figure out where the psychiatrist is, and continue to trace our not-so-dead guy. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this one, give us a thumbs up. If you hated it, a thumbs down. If you'd like to see more, don't forget to subscribe. And while we're on that, I plan on videos for this series coming up Monday through Friday. At the moment, they're going out at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're watching and you're looking for a schedule, that's when these should happen. So nothing on the weekend, but we will be back Monday. Hope to see you then. And we will see you guys later. Tschüss.